The Ohio State Highway Patrol says Lieutenant Ben Williams was involved in an incident back on Thursday, August 28th, while riding his motorcycle.
Yeah, right. Sure enough, feels like it.
Now it looks like it's taking off. They circled my house twice, dude.
Twice or three times. They definitely twice.
Williams is also the commander of the Defiance County Multi-Area Narcotics Task Force.
How's your day today? Hopefully it's going good. Like I said, it's always something, right? Let's take a little look. I was gonna ignore this issue because mostly I don't give a shit anymore. I'm trying to focus on stuff. My mind's getting on too many things all over the place. And I got important things I need to focus on. I think I really need to put some important focus on my music, because I think I'm doing some good stuff there. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Anyways, let's talk about some more corruption right here in Defiance, right? It just breeds right out of here. It's Ben Williams. Let's talk about Lieutenant Ben Williams of the Defiance Police Department, right? Show you this little clip here.
Sandy, new at noon, a Defiance police lieutenant arrested for OVI after being involved in a crash last week. The Ohio State Highway Patrol says Lieutenant Ben Williams was involved in an incident back on Thursday, August 28th, while riding his motorcycle. The Defiance Police Department says Williams has been with the force for 19 years and is currently on paid medical leave, adding that there is an open internal investigation. Williams is also the commander of the Defiance County Multi-Area Narcotics Task Force.
So that's, another example keeps happening, but there's no mention of, let's get down to this, okay? One, it was thrown all over Facebook and around here locally, right? And, people are sharing the hell out of that. People that's been in contact with me, and not everybody, I don't want the wrong people think I'm, you know who you are, whatever, right? But certain people that's been in contact with me about stuff share hardly any of the stuff that I was doing about this local stuff, right? But now they're sharing the hell out of this, right? And they're laughing and, laugh it up, whatever. Justice comes around, right? Because Ben Williams is not only a lieutenant in the local city police, right? He's also part of the MAN unit, multi-area narcotics, whatever, task force, right? And they're dirty as hell. And one of these days we'll get down into the real story of maybe why they got such a grudge about me here in Defiance, right? But they're dirty as hell. Their narcs are out there doing worse than, it's just whatever, right? And, Doug Ingle knows all about that, don't he? Right? In fact, it's their dirty kind of stuff that they pulled on me. That's just how it works around here. That's how bad the corruption is, and nothing's going to be done about it, because no one wants to come together properly. Anyways, so he was just recently appointed as commander of the MAN unit, right? So this guy out here riding around on his motorcycle, showing up to these motorcycle events probably most of the time, right? Because I remember the accident first being biker down, right? This is what we see all the time. Oh, don't you dare post no information till the family's been notified, blah, 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 right? A bunch of crybabies all on there anyways. Whatever, right? But, you know, but it's ran by people who are connected to, on the law enforcement side. And, you know, I'm not here to cut them down, you know, but whatever. You're not real. And, you know, and most of them are, anyone who's familiar with how things are around here, these certain people kind of distance themselves from me because they're not real and I am, right? And it causes an issue, right? But anyways, and one way you know that is when cops are running around at their events, right? So whatever. So this guy, you know, taking part in plenty enough shit. I know these people, right? When they're out here off the clock, right? Certain ones, right? How they're acting at their parties where they put their events together that they stole ideas off of me back in the day, right? And now act like I don't exist when their shit became pretty major because of ideas they took from me, right? But it is what it is. I don't care about that. I've always been in support of their events, stuff like that, certain events. But this is the kind of people they are, right? And now so he's commander of the man unit, right? That we're not, see, the news is already telling you about. How much more do you need to know? That local cop was once again busted for OVI, and they didn't do a breathalyzer on him, so they didn't do any testing, right? This is how this guy's gonna get off on it. When they realize, well, you know, they gotta do their job, right? So this is how they give him an out. Well, there's no test to prove that you thought you smelled alcohol. They accuse you all the time of it, but this guy is guilty. Okay, that's them assured. But he's on now paid medical leave because he wrecked his motorcycle and got hurt. Hopefully he's not that badly hurt from it. I'm understanding, right? I'm not trying to, because once again, this is just who we are as people anyways, right? When you're a public servant, you have a duty. So yeah, you're more in the spotlight. But at the end of the day, you're also just a person, and it shows you're a shitty person when it comes down to it, right? That's just how it is, right? You choose to be a shitty person. Because let's look at more of the heart of matter. It's not just that a cop got busted for OVI, wrecked his motorcycle, and now he's busted and got caught OVI, cited for OVI, did no jail time or nothing like that, right? Went to the hospital, whatever, and he's going to get away with it. Or, it'll be a little slap on the wrist, right? Much worse than what they'll do to you or me when you're innocent, right? I've been in that predicament being innocent, and he's already getting off easier, okay? So it's more than that. He's also the head of the commander of the man unit, right? The drug unit around here, which they got their narcs out here putting the shit out there and then busting people, right? And they're narcs because around here what is not like I'm on here and we got I'm not trying to ever portray myself as a badass. I was for a time one of the, I guess you could say, top badasses over here in this area, and I fell into that by accident and all this and that. We'll get into all that later and give you more of an understanding about the biker community, the man unit, and all this shit that's going on in this area, right? And I guess you could say for a while it was kind of a big deal in that, right? And the man unit, I ran off. It wasn't purposely. I so happened to find out because I started running off. I fell into a little bit of a powerful position on the outlaw side of it, I guess you could say, right? And I started finding out certain people that was dealing badly, doing bad shit, right? You weren't like, it's not my business if you're dealing, right? But if you're doing stuff in a bad way, and then I take issue with it, right? So I, kind of ran off some of these people. Well, then we come to find out they were the narcs. It was the narcs out here dealing bad shit, putting bad shit out there, getting away with it. And then also committing crimes, beating up people, and in some people's lives, and getting away with it. And because they were their narcs, they were getting away with it. And I got a brother who's now dead because of a very situation just like that, right? One of their narcs who was dealing bad cocaine. And I have every reason to believe. The thing is, I got the top badasses around here kind of avoid me recently, right? And they're like, you're crazy, man. They got a mark on you. They got a target on you. Yeah, so they do, right? So I'm out here, just be clear. No one has a bigger target on themselves than me, right? So, but I don't care. I'm not going to let it stop me. I'll, do whatever you do, right? So there's people that see me locally and they shout me out. And so some of you guys, shout out to you guys. I'm so grateful that you're watching and keeping up your support, right? That's, but when you first meet me, I'm a little bit edgy at first. I don't know who they're, like one dude gets dropped off. I know the whole scene. I know how we're sitting at the park. Nobody's at the park, right? This dude gets dropped off. He's not a kid, right? He's, you can tell what he's into, right? To me, it reeks whiskey, and I get out of there because I'm like, this is them. It's nothing for them to get one of their narcs to take care of business and let them off the hook, right? So whatever. We'll cross that bridge when it gets there, right? But I'm aware. And but the thing is, because this is how dirty the system is. And Ben Williams is just more proof of that, right? So he's out here partaking with everyone, but then he puts on the badge and out here busting for people for the very shit he partakes in, right? Trust me, right? And trust me, when you want to know that half your drugs getting on the streets here in Defiance County come from the man unit. They get recirculated, they use it, and a lot of times it's bad shit, right? The worst dealings are coming from those people, right? This is the kind of guy that just got busted for OVI, cited for OVI, right? Now let's consider this. Ben Williams wrecks his motorcycle because he's drunk, I guess, right? Cops show up, they smell alcohol, they give him a ticket for OVI. Don't test him, give him an easy out, right? Because someone like Lieutenant Ben Williams is, of course, innocent until proven guilty, right? Here's the picture they post of him, right? Now check this out. Here's the picture they post of the outlaw, right? The person who's innocent, this person's guilty, this person's innocent. This is the kind of picture they post all over the news locally, and this is what he gets. He's guilty, he's innocent. He does no jail time. He does 4 nights of unqualified jail time, right? Plus faced more and all this and that. His life gets destroyed, totally ruined. He gets paid medical leave. But you know what? It's all made possible from taxpayers like you. It's also worth considering that a proper investigation will probably show that Ben Williams, commander of Tren de Blue Line Iragra, or whatever it's called, is highly likely also a member of this. Anyways, that's the Mason building for those who don't know. The Masonic Temple. And otherwise, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep all of his commandments. For that is the whole duty of man. For God will bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.